All right, guys. Welcome to Rant and Chill, a channel where I like to rant and I like to chill. And here in this video, we're going to be talking about, is it ethical to react to live concert footage of your favorite band? That is important because we want to see our favorite bands supported, right? It's important for us. It's important for the band, right? So we're going to navigate this question and see if it's ethical. First, a word from our sponsor.
Gothic stainless steel rings are seriously cool. Make a bold statement, show up to an event in style, or just look cool with some slick rings that represent you. I chose the Wolf because I'm a member of the Wolf Pack and I really like LOVEBITES. Go to gothic.com, use promo code CHILL20, CHILL20 to get 20% off. Link is in the description box below.
All right. So let's navigate this here. And as we go into this, if you disagree with anything, let me know in the comments section. Okay, so what we're looking at here, is it ethical to react to live concert footage? Or, this could be something of a recent event. This could be something on a DVD or Blu-ray that's been released years ago, may even be out of circulation. May not even be available officially anymore. Is it ethical? And I think we need to first understand what we mean by ethical here. And I think when it comes to ethics, it's about, does it support the band? Does it take away or rob opportunity of the band to get the support it's looking for, being monetarily and of growth? Both those things combined. Both those things are important, the growth and monetary gain. Okay, well, let's look at this. So let's say it is an old event, an old show. It's live footage from a show from years ago, okay? And the DVD and the Blu-ray are no longer in circulation, no longer sold on the official band site. So they're no longer making any money off of it. Is it fair game to react to that? I don't see how it robs the band of any potential sell, and that's the key thing, potential. Okay, because someone who watches uploaded footage of an old concert or even of a recent concert, there's no guarantee that they're actually going to be purchasing the DVD or Blu-ray, or there was no guarantee at all that they even had that idea in the first place. Okay, it's just a possible future sell, a potential future sell. So if it's an old show, an old live event, to me, I don't see what the problem is. In fact, if anything, does the band benefit from it? Well, the band benefits from it by word of mouth, by gaining more fans, and also can benefit monetarily by those new fans buying other merch. If they do, are those fans, let's say they don't have the money for merch. Maybe some fans, believe it or not, don't even do that. Some fans will just stream the music, will just listen to the music. Hey, guess what? I mean, I know they get paid a fraction of a cent each time it's played, but it's something. It's better than nothing. And in the whole, like, how much should an artist be paid on Spotify and these music streaming platforms is a different conversation altogether. But the band does benefit by through growth and by monetarily, right? So it's actually ethical in that way to react to it. You'd be robbing the band of opportunity of growth and monetary gain to not react to it. Because it's old footage that had been pretty much forgotten and collecting dust, and no one's really doing anything with it. Okay. Anyone disagree with that? If you disagree with that, I really want to know why. It'd be like, oh, it's theft. No, you're not stealing anything. Keep in mind, it's no longer in circulation. To buy the DVD or the Blu-ray, you would have to buy it from somebody else. Okay, who's going to be reselling it for like $400, some ridiculous price, right? Let's say it's really hard to find DVD or Blu-ray. You know what I'm talking about. Especially Love Bites community and other bands, right? It's a ridiculous price. It's like, you know what? The price is like that. This is why we're just going to go ahead and upload the footage on YouTube. That way other fans, new fans can see it and enjoy it and be like, you know, that band is amazing. I want to support that band the way I can by constantly streaming it on Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever you use. Or maybe you actually buy the albums. Maybe you actually buy the merchandise. Okay. Here's the other thing to consider too. Let's say that footage is uploaded and the copyright holders copyright claim it. You know what that means on YouTube? It's not a copyright strike. It's not a block. It's just claimed. What it means is that people that hold the copyright make money off of it. Okay? Of course, YouTube makes a cut. Everyone, it's their platform. They're going to make a cut. But they do benefit from it still through growth, making new fans, and monetarily. So they benefit. So I see it has been bueno. I believe that's Spanish for good. Okay. So yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I don't think anyone has. Maybe some fringe people out there still do. Not French, but on the fringe. Now let's say it's a new event and a new show, very recent. Okay. So recent. No, we'll get to the so recent that's not even out yet, officially a DVD, Blu-ray. First, let's say it's a very recent live show, and it's been released on DVD and Blu-ray for you to buy, and it's in circulation on the official band site. Okay, is it ethical to react to that footage? It depends. It depends. It does. Hear me out. If the consideration is about, does it support the band by growing fans and by supporting them monetarily, it really depends on some factors here. Okay? First off, and most importantly, how does the band feel about it? Meaning, like, when it's uploaded, like, what do they do about it? Do they block it? Do they remove it? Do they strike it? Or do they claim it? Based on what they decide to do, will determine whether or not, hey, that reaction was ethical or not. If they claim it, well, they benefit from it, don't they? They benefit from it monetarily. Now, of course, that's a risk the reactor had to take. It's a gamble. You don't really know. I will say sometimes it seems like, I think some bands, some management may notice, even if you're a small reactor like me, like sometimes it's like they kind of notice, and some things just get, like the blocks become far less. Though every now and then there's an obscure music video that gets blocked. Damien Nightmare Creatures is a recent one. I think that's what it's called, right? Something Nightmare Creatures, I think. The one that Ichinose was in, I believe, right? I don't know why it was blocked. Maybe I'm getting all the facts wrong on who the bassist was, but I reacted to that music video. It was blocked, and I don't even understand. Anyway, setting that aside. That's not important. If the copyright holders claim it, they benefit from every time it is viewed. And people who go on YouTube or wherever they find these live footage uploads, the people who go look for this may not have ever considered buying the live concert on DVD or Blu-ray. Okay? Might not even been a possibility. Okay? Let's say they're a fan, but they're the sort of fan that only really listens to the music. They don't really buy much for merch. They may not even have a t-shirt. Okay? They may have like 2 songs that they really know. One's their favorite, one's their second favorite, and that's about it. All right? You might be like, well, they're not really fans. They're fans. They like the band. They listen to the band. They support. If they go check out some live footage, that like they were probably never ever going to be a possible buyer, right? So, and there are people like that in the mix. Like you take about the hundreds and thousands and upon thousands of viewers, sometimes even millions of these live footage, at concerts. It's like, how many of that were actually going to be potential buyers? And how many of those potential buyers still went through and bought the DVD and the Blu-ray okay, I don't know why you would buy both. How many actually went through to buy that, right? But that's only important if it was like seen as like the life. Well, actually, that's only really important if the band didn't claim it, okay? Because the band still benefits monetarily every time it's viewed on YouTube or whatever the platform is that they're using. And here we're talking about YouTube. So they still benefit, even though they may not get like a sell of like their DVD or Blu-ray. They still benefit through growth of fans and then also monetarily. So is it ethical? I don't see what the problem is. By the management or the band claiming it, they pretty much gave consent on it and said, all right, fair game, play ball. And someone else maybe go, oh, there's a problem with it. Like, well, I mean, is it really? Is it really a problem? If no one else has a problem, everyone else seems okay with it, then what's the problem, pal? Sounds like the problem's with you. Yeah. It reminds me of that consent meme. Are you sure there isn't someone else you asked for consent? All right. So is it ethical? Is it ethical? Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. But like I said, it depends. Let's say the band did block it and then issue strikes. Well, the band sent a message saying, "Hey, don't do that." All right. Well, I'm here and you're here to support the band. We don't want to like mess with that, right? So if the band clearly puts out there and sends a message or even an official statement that they don't want that, then yeah, respect that. Now, sometimes it could be a message, like let's say like a video that was made, and it might send a message, please don't share it. But that message may get lost in the details because it may be like a one person's account and no one else saw it. Dude, that stuff is hard to deal with. That's kind of like, okay. All right. Okay. Now let's talk about a live show that's so recent, it's not even on Blu-ray or DVD. It's not even in circulation. Is it ethical to react to that? Well. That one may not be ethical. Okay. It depends. It depends. It does. Be like, oh, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Once again, if the management and the band, whoever it is that's, doing the claim and stuff on YouTube, if they just claim it instead of issuing strikes or blocking, then they're pretty much saying play ball. And they're pretty much saying it's okay until it's not okay. So, like, doing this stuff, reacting, I've always said that I'm like at the mercy of the publishers, and that's true. That I am. Like, let's say all the stuff that's on this channel at any time for any reason, the management and publishers, they could be like, no, we don't want those videos on there, and reverse their decision. And I don't have any argument. I could try to do fair use, but they don't have fair use in Japan. They're gonna be like, I don't know what the Japanese equivalent of I don't give a damn, but they're gonna say that. Okay, they're not gonna care. Besides, like, listening to the whole show and then giving a comment at the end, that wouldn't make it fair use. Come on. But people don't like when you interrupt, right? So even then, it still depends. Like, when NEMOPHILA did their Whiskey Go Go show, and a lot of reactors, a lot of NEMOPHILA fans that are reactors were on a fever rush to put out and react to the Whiskey Go Go show. I was part of that too, but I not so much from the fans, but I got the gist from the band that they did not want that to happen. That's what I reacted to. That's what I acknowledged. I was like, okay, clearly the band does not really want this stuff to be reacted to in this way. They don't want to put it out there, so we're not going to do it. And there might have been some channels that might have been missed in the whole thing, and that happens. But once I see the signs, once I see the writing on the wall, once I get the message from the band officially, I'm just like, okay, then I will respect that. Okay, so even then, it still depends. All right. But on that, I think the reactor knows exactly what they're doing. Like, for example, when I react to a BABYMETAL live concert, is that ethical? Well. The live shows already happened, right? So you can't make any more money off of it than you already did until you sell it, like the DVD or the Blu-ray, or however you want to do it. So if it's not in where it can be sold, like you're not robbing any potential future buyers, because there are zero potential buyers. There might be a demand, but there's no supply. Okay. So in that situation, it's kind of like, well, actually, it's not really impacting them. And they're actually growing from it, because they're probably getting more fans from those that are kind of curious about it. So there's that angle as well. So, I mean, you could make the argument that it is ethical there. So, and now the moment, like I said, that they start selling it, they'll be like, okay, well then, is it going to take away from potential buyers, right? But then it's like, well, how does the band look at it? If the band is okay with it, then what's the problem? Because the whole potential buyer argument is kind of, that's the closest thing you can get to for like theft. Like, that's what people say. People say, oh, if you use the content, you're actually stealing, but you're not stealing. You're not actually taking anything from them. What you're doing is possibly stopping them from gaining anything from it, like, money. So you're sandbagging that. Okay, I guess you could say you're robbing them of potential buyers, or of potential sales. But that's all speculative. Like, you don't. It's hard to really know that, because you have to ask yourself, how many of those viewers were going to be buyers anyway? Like, what is that? What does that look like? So I say at that point, just kind of avoid that argument altogether and be like, well, actually just see how the band feels about it, and respect that. That's how I operate on that anyway. So that was my thoughts on, is it ethical to react to a live show, live concert? Some bands seem to benefit from it greatly, like smaller bands, like The Warning and Liliac. They kind of want you to. They kind of expect it. It does help them grow through word of mouth. It helps them grow because people who didn't even know about the band are curious. They somehow get a little taste of it somehow. Maybe someone said something to them, and they start searching, and these different channels appear, and all this content. It's great stuff. They see all these reactors praising the band and genuinely enjoying it, and they want to get more immersed into this band and into the world, and I don't know, start listening to them and following them. So some bands definitely do benefit from it. I actually think all bands would benefit from it, actually, even big bands. Like, let's say, like BABYMETAL. BABYMETAL still benefits from the word of mouth and the growth that is generated from, like, the kind of, like, the distribution through just people just saying, hey, check out this band, check out this group, they're amazing. I mean, you think there's a lot of bands that grew through like just bootlegs. In fact, there was a whole industry, a whole scene in the music industry that grew and became large through just bootlegs. Now you can't sustain yourself on bootlegs, but you can grow when it's pretty much free and very accessible, and people can like the music, and it kind of grows genuinely, you know. Like I said, though, it's not sustainable, so eventually you do have to switch to a model where you're making some sort of money there. But for growth, man, okay, that's good. But then it's like, oh, okay, well, the growth is done. Hey, let's reap the rewards here. I get that. The reason I bring that up is because when it comes to ethics, it's kind of give and take on that. It kind of boils down to what I was saying. I've repeated the importance of it depends on the band. It depends on how the band looks at it. Because if you're here to support the band and they don't want it, they don't want you to react to their live footage or whatever, then you're going to have to respect that. Or do it, low key, underground, that sort of stuff. And kind of know you'll be pissing off some fans, and some other fans may understand what you're doing. But okay. So, but with that said, you guys let me know what you thought about this. Let me know. I'm sure some people may disagree, and it's fine. It happens. Now, at the end of it all, we're talking about the ethics of reacting to live music. Even though we disagree, it's not like the biggest problem in the universe. It's not like something that's gonna it shouldn't break associations, or it shouldn't be a problem where people just start really going at each other. I mean, we're not talking politics here. Okay, we're not talking about that. Anyway, you guys let me know what you thought about this. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.